A deeper thinking, shift focus from others to your personal progress. Um, Other people in the car when you're driving, and they're not real. They're watching you, but they're thinking about their own lives. I got this homework to do. My mom has dinner. Um, I got this test coming up. They're there in the car, but we're all together. Uh, Next, real life example: a driver avoids parallel parking in a busy area to escape public scrutiny. We park in downtown areas, people. People are looking at us like, wow, wow. And guess what? We park better than they do. And then they start clapping. Or they're like, oh my God. So don't fear that judgment. Um, and also practice in a empty parking lot. You gotta practice. Next, nervousness during a test, a driving test. Why do people mess up? What's going on? You might be nervous with the instructor because I have a clipboard. I'm judging you. I'm giving you a score. I'm going to give you feedback. I'm preparing you for the road test, whether you're 14.9, 15.9, 18.9, 29, 39, 49. I always think of the test and what's on it and what you need to do to elevate. So, I want you to think about this test. So what happens? Pressure to pass creates performance anxiety. You got to perform. Either you're going to perform. Look, today I wrote, you know how your teachers, they have this big white sheet of paper and they write stuff on there, a Venn diagram, a T-chart. Your teacher today, I wrote down information on a population pyramid. I wrote down 11 things that my students need to look up in Google Scholar. The class was awesome. They loved it. They said thank you. And sometime in class, I drew pictures on the board of how to make a turn, how to have your foot on the brake. I missed that part. And then my upper class, we talked about the Nile River, pollution in the Nile River. I wrote down 14 things, and then they got on Google Scholar. I could have been judged. My handwriting was not that good, right? I wrote big, okay? I could have misspelled a word. So we all fear judgment, but guess what? The students loved it and they learned. So now on, I got to keep doing this. And then when my principal comes in or the superintendent comes in or other people who are important in the district, they'll say, wow, this teacher writes on this big pad things the class needs to learn, and then I let them work. So it's important that we all push ourselves a little bit and, you know, simulating test conditions with a trusted friend. I want to be your trusted friend. You should feel comfortable parked with me. Even if you hit the curb, do it again. Or if you go in the wrong lane, I'll catch the wheel, hopefully, and we won't crash. Or if you pull out in front of traffic, hopefully I squeeze the brake. If I hit it too hard, the cable's going to snap. You're merging out onto expressway. You didn't look over your shoulder. We just got off a car. Whoa. Those things happen all the time, but a lot of instructors won't admit. I'm human. And if you know that I'm human, you're instantly going to relax, okay? Because my boss used to come in the car and evaluate me when I first started doing driver's ed. You talk about pressure. He or she's back there that's writing. And I'm like, did I do everything right? My student did great. They just want to see me coach the student, let them learn, let them make small micro mistakes. Slamming the brake is a micro mistake. Going too close to the curb but turning the wheel away. Not running a light is a micro mistake. Not cutting off a car is not a micro mistake. But those control issues of controlling your car. Real life examples: someone who aces a perfect practice session might fail the test due to anxiety. A lot of people fail their driving test because it's real and you have no room for error. Either you're going to pass it or you're going to fail. With me, it is a driving scenario where I treat it like real life to prepare you for when you're 18 or 19 or 20 or whatever age you are. So I have to keep that in mind. And in the middle of it is safety. Safety. We're not going to run lights. If you're slamming the brake, I want you to squeeze. If you're too slow, I'm going to tell you to pick up. If you're too fast, slow us down. If you're tailgating, back off. If you're going into the roundabout too fast, I want you to slow down. And that we always are scared of criticism. My principal may criticize, why are you doing this? I don't understand this. Why are your students doing this? Okay, your mom, your dad, my wife, my uncles, my aunties, my older cousins. Why are you doing this? I'll listen. I'll be courteous and respectful. Okay? Because I was taught that way to listen. Even if I don't agree with it, I'm going to listen. Then I'll speak intelligently. We're not trying to have a fight and punch each other out. Real talk. Okay? Let's keep going. Hold on 1 second. Reaction time. What happens if your reaction time is too slow? What happens if your reaction time is too fast? Meaning, you're at a red light. What if you try to time that light and run it and you get hit? Or what if you try to stop it, but the light sometimes lights go weird. They like blink sometime, like we've seen it, because a computer is controlling the light and their cameras measuring the flow of the traffic. Okay? Reaction time. Why does it happen? What is the benefit? Okay? If you're on medication, if you have cerebral palsy, if you wear glasses and you can't see, those people who wear glasses, I always ask you, are you nearsighted? That means you can't see far. Are you farsighted? You can't see near. I always ask you that because I want to know. If you have anxiety, are you on medication? Opposition or defiant disorder. We all have different things that we have to deal with, but you need to try to take a breath because I want you calm and comfortable in the car.